Not as weird as a lot of Cronenberg stuff, though. I will say that.
No, it's more normal
Yeah,
Cronenberg than a lot of Video
normal.
Drone's very weird.
You do have people's
Yeah,
heads exploding because of like telepaths,
yeah.
but still. I'm excited to be excited about this. Scanners. We're getting a TV
Oh
show.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I love Scanners. The original Scanners. It's a fantastic movie. David Cronenberg Scanners, by the way. Lots of This is a Cronenberg-esque episode today. But David Cronenberg's Scanners is getting an HBO Max series, which, HBO is not known right now for greenlighting a lot of things. They're more axing things. So this is maybe the first thing I've heard about them, new thing I've heard about them greenlighting or moving forward since the David Zaslav came in there. They've had some things that were already being made that they moved over to theatrical and things like this, but this is the first one I've heard. I could be wrong, but this is the first one I remember about them actually greenlighting. It looks like the original science fiction horror film was set in a world filled with scanners, telepaths pitched against each other in a seeming fight of good versus evil. If you haven't seen Scanners, I strongly recommend check it out. You've probably seen one scene of the guy's head exploding, though.
Yeah,
But,
that's a classic scene.
Not much more has been thrown out there. We do have an official synopsis, though. It would seem that the Scanners will this time stick to being the antagonists. They are described as relentless agents with unimaginable powers who hunt down two women living on the fringes of modern society, upon whom the series is centered. The women must learn to work together to topple a vast conspiracy determined to bring them to heel. I'm going to assume the two women are Scanners, because why else would the Scanners be going after them? I don't know. Unless the women are mothers of the Scanners, knowing what I know about Scanner lore. I don't know. That's all they really gave us. We don't have much else. I doubt Michael Ironside will be returning, which he wasn't the main character, but he was probably the most known person in the movie. But Nick, what do you think of this? We've honestly never really talked about Scanners. I don't know what your viewpoint of Scanners is. I'm a big Scanners fan. You looking forward to this? You like Scanners? What's up? Have you ever seen Scanners?
Yeah, cool TV series. I'm all about it. I don't know. We'll see if it's like any good or not. But the original Scanners is like Videodrome, where it's hella entertaining. It's very weird and fucked up, because it is David Cronenberg and it is Michael Ironside, which Michael Ironside in anything is amazing and
not as weird as a lot of Cronenberg stuff, though. I will say that.
No, it's more normal Cronenberg than a lot of
normal.
Videodrome's very weird.
You do have people's heads exploding because of like telepaths, but still.
Well, no, I mean, like when you get into stuff like Exorcist and stuff like that, I mean, this is more normal. This is like when David Lynch did fucking The Straight Story or something. This is his straight story.
So Scanners is.
This is a straight story of fucking David Cronenberg.
Wow, that's saying something.
Nah, but yeah, a TV series. You said it was gonna have two women as the Scanners. Or?
Yeah, two women that are running from Scanners. It does not say that they are Scanners. It says the Scanners are the antagonists. But I don't know why the Scanners would be hunting these women unless they too were Scanners. Because that's usually how it works. They did have Scanners hunting other Scanners in the other Scanners movies.
Is David Cronenberg involved with this at all?
He is. That's what I was
cool.
going to become. It doesn't say how involved. It just says David Cronenberg is coming back and he is involved. I was going to ask you also how you felt about that. I'll let you go first on that. Well, how do you feel about David Cronenberg being involved in this?
Cool. I honestly don't have a problem with it because, you allow maybe some continuity with Scanners. I'm not saying there needed to be continuity, but having someone who worked on this isn't like I feel like David Cronenberg has a little more respect for his properties than somebody say like John Carpenter does when it comes to his properties.
Fuck.
Yeah,
John Carpenter cares about how much money you're gonna give him at this point.
Yeah, he just wants to play fucking Fortnite and Call of Duty or some shit.
Which, hey,
but
more power to him.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the guy deserves it. He's worked his whole fucking career off for it, but. I mean, David Cronenberg's involved. It could be cool, but if he's just doing executive producer stuff, then it might be a different story. But yeah, I'm kind of all about that. Him coming back. So,
well, I'm all about a Scanner show. I love Scanners. Even some of the sequels I liked. Some of them got really out there and kind of weird, but I still enjoy them. I like the idea of it. The first Scanners is still the best though, and he directed that. I don't know if he wrote it, but he was definitely a big part of that project. So I'm all about that. However, as far as him being, I'm not opposed to him being involved, but his more recent work hasn't been what I consider his best work, especially
it's all
his,
like self-masturbatory stuff.
Yeah,
I mean that's
especially his most recent work, Crimes of the Future, which I think both of us were very much looking forward to. Me so much that I drove 3 hours to see it, or an hour and a half one way. I was very disappointed in that movie. very disappointed in that movie.
Yeah.
No, I mean, as we know with many filmmakers, well, Hollywood will judge you on the last thing you made. You're only as good as your last film.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people. I'm not going to judge him on his last film he made because he made some really good film. Like if this were like, I don't know, some new director that made like a really good film and then made a shit total, like 3-4 shit films. Yeah, I'm gonna start, but I'm always gonna give them a second, especially if they made a really good first film or maybe a good second film. I'm always gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Like James Mangold, I'll give the benefit of the doubt until he makes a shitty film.
Yeah, but Cronenberg has he had a few recently. He had Crimes of the Future. What was before that? I didn't see the one before that.
Oh, he had like Maps of the Stars.
Yeah.
And he had like did he do the one with
Cosmopolitan, I think. I hated that movie. Yeah. I hated it. The Pattinson movie. And I like him, and I liked Cronenberg, but I hated that movie. I didn't see Maps to the Stars, whatever it was. You said it wasn't very good. No. So he's kind of had a string there that have been, at best, divisive. And so him being involved, I mean, maybe, like you said, it might be like in a creative sense, or he might just kind of be there to like Clive Barker was with this new Hellraiser, just kind of give some input and his seal of approval. I don't know. It doesn't really say how involved he is. They just say we're getting the show, and that's what it's going to be about. Scanners chasing after 2 women. The women would either have to be scanners or have to be women that had scanners, because that's where scanners came from. Experimental
scanners, like the one scanner was after Michael Ironside, wasn't he?
Michael Ironside was the bad scanner. He was after the good scanner.
Yeah, but then they bring someone that was a scanner on to chase after. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but
yeah, he was the one who was chasing after the good scanner. The good scanner was, I can't remember the name of the guy who played him. It's probably in this article somewhere. Stephen Lack.
Yeah.
And Jennifer O'Neill, they were on the run from Michael Ironside. He was the big corporate scanner who was like the scanner assassin, if you will. And Stephen Lack was the guy who started out. He was homeless in the beginning, and he just he stayed away from cities because he heard everybody's thoughts and all that. So I mean, beyond that short synopsis, who knows where this is going? But I am excited. I mean, I like the idea of scanners. I've always thought it was a pretty cool idea of these people that could take people out and assassinate them from afar using telepathy. I wish Michael Ironside would come back just so we could see his scanner face, where he sits there, and he died in Scanners, so he's not coming back unless he came back in. This is not a sequel, I don't think. I think it's going to be its own thing. Maybe if he came back as a cameo, that'd be cool. Just so I want to see the Michael Ironside doing the scanning, his face, where he go.
It's like a great scene, but it's such a weird scene because it's like they bring this guy as telepathy that can like literally explode your head, like explode whatever, and he's doing all this, and like everybody's just calmly watching, and then as soon as it explodes, it's just like everybody's like, oh my god! It's like,
well, what's funny about the scene is that scene that we're talking, the scene most people have seen is in the beginning of the movie, and you have the guy who's, I can't remember, the target or whatever. He's on stage. There's a small stage, and he's talking. The guy with glasses. We've seen the head exploding thing. And he's talking, and Michael Ironside is in the audience, and he makes the guy's head explode. Now, it doesn't just happen like, me, and their head explodes. He's got to like work up to it. But he's in this audience, and it's like nobody notices this guy like sitting here going like, doing all this, and he's just sitting amongst everybody else. And that's what I found funny about it. It's because he's being very animated about it. The guy's head explodes, and then he walks out like, and just walks out. It's great. I want more of that. But it worked for the movie. But Scanners, the show, coming to HBO Max, so we know that it's going to be able to be just as gory and gruesome as the original Scanners was. Could be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna stay excited for this until I see more about it. If they do it right, it could be really interesting, really cool. Because the whole idea of them too, I could see how it could lend itself well to a series of just having all these different the scanners chasing after other scanners or vice versa. So I'm excited about this. I think it looks pretty good, and I mean it sounds pretty good. But we'll see where it goes when we don't really have any other people involved with it as far as what they've released. So it's still very early. It'll probably be a year before we really hear any concrete details about this moving forward. So, but hey, Scanners is coming. If you like Scanners, you're getting more Scanners on HBO Max. You better subscribe to the Max, and let us know in the comments below if you're a Scanners fan, if you're looking forward to this.